Wanted to take a minute to do a intro to the video you're about to watch. So when this channel launched over a month ago, threw out a whole bunch of content, trying to figure out what would be worth watching, what people would be interested in seeing. One of the videos was the simple Kit-bash figure video, where I went in and explained the idea, the process of various figures that were broken apart, put together, how they came about, the feedback that I got from those, or that particular video was really nice. It looks like that was something that people were interested in. So I figured that since I wasn't able to do a hangout tonight with my buddy Jamie, that I'd do that instead. And here we are. I appreciate the engagement and the feedback and all the love from everybody who's watched our hangouts and the solo videos. So thank you. I appreciate it. It's nice to hear and see everyone's thoughts with everything. I appreciate the support for both the Figuring It Out podcast with Friends and Figures, as well as the NorCal Voodoo Toy Box in general. I thank you. I hope that you continue to show your support, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and enjoy. So a little while ago, sometime last month, I ended up working out a trade with a very good buddy of mine for this gentleman right here. One G.I. Joe classified clutch. He's the driver for the Vamp. Unfortunately, I missed out on picking up a Vamp from the original release for the 115 or so that he was. And there's no way in hell I was spending $200 or more to get a clutch and Vamp on the secondary market. So I'd pretty much given up the hope of ever picking one up. Then in conversation, it came up, hey, my buddy said he had one. He'd be willing to let it go for the right deal. We worked it out, and here we are. This incredible figure and character is now part of my collection, and I couldn't be happier with him. There were some modifications that were done to him prior to him coming here. Obviously, he's rocking a new rifle as opposed to the shotgun that he comes with. This is from the Valaverse collection. And the original one does not come with an additional leg holster. This is the M1911 from Gridiron Studios. It's their reversible holster and pistol. It is, well, it's beautiful, honestly. I absolutely love this design. They do very good work. Sorry, just rotating. Bear with me. It's just an overall. It's a very clean look. It's a very nice figure. It's on that Outback body, which has been used for quite a few figures, and rightly so. It's a solid look, solid design. It's hard to improve perfection, and well, I think it's perfect. The character is just awesome all the way around. So this version, my version, has both the holster here and has the one on the chest for the rifle, with the rifle is covering. Excuse me. He has his tool belt over here on the other side, and he has a helmet. I don't have the other helmet that he came with. That's still, I assume, is with the Vamp that he kept. But I do have extras laying around, so if I ever decide to put him in a vehicle with that, I can always, of course, just swap that out. But yeah, so if anybody, of course, is looking for one or on the fence of getting one and they wanted to know their thoughts on the figure itself, he's perfect. He's awesome in every way, and you should definitely get one if you can afford to, whether that be solo or with the Vamp. So yeah, 2 thumbs up. This guy's very happy. Thanks for watching. So this is a recent kit bash. Not 100% done with him yet. There's still some work that needs to be done. But I figured far enough along I could show him off. He's a combination of many figures, starting from the top, working our way down. This is a Dash Render Star Wars Black Series head sculpt, followed by the Retro Duke upper torso, G.I. Joe classified Spirit legs and boots. The harness is from the classified Dusty. The belt and holsters on each leg are from the classified Doc. The watch comes from Footloose. Over here we have the wristband, which comes from a Rock and Roll. And then the gun rifle here comes from the Valaverse collection, one of a few that I've amassed. Originally, I was trying to go for something close to Rick O'Connell, the character Brendan Fraser plays in the Mummy franchise. It's obviously not quite there. He still needs some work, but he's kind of a mashup between him and, say, Uncharted, the Nathan Drake character from the PlayStation video game franchise and subsequent movie. It's still a work in progress, as I mentioned. There's still work to be done, possibly some painting. I do want the upper torso to be a little bit darker, but I am very happy with the progress so far. I'm also, of course, going to want to take off the green that is around the collar and either go with a brown or possibly even red to go with the accents that we have on both the belt and the upper harness. Gridiron makes a holster and pistol that you can attach to gear, and I am currently waiting on that to come in. And of course, once it does, then he'll get a proper file card created and a name, and then reveal on Instagram. But after looking through the comments of the first video that I did where I showed off some of the customs and simple kit bashes, I was told that they really enjoyed it. So this is me sharing some of those. So thank you for your time. If you have any comments, any thoughts, any ideas to push this over the top, please don't hesitate to share. So for this build, he was a collection of parts that were thrown together as an entry into our G.I. Joe Classified Build-Off contest that we do periodically on our Facebook page. Now, the premise was to take a G.I. Joe V1 Classified Stalker body and to customize, alter, and kit him out any way possible so long as the upper torso and lower torso were used. Again, painted and modify any way you wanted, but they had to be included in the figure. This was my entry after rummaging through the coffers, if you will, of items that I had available. Starting from the top, we have the Marvel Legends comic book Nick Fury head sculpt. Subsequently, I ended up having to change out the neck and hands. I don't remember where they came from originally. They were just in the fodder bin. The cigar was created by me using epoxy sculpt, painted, sculpted, all of that. The vest came from scrap iron. The red was removed with acetone, and then it was painted to remove that dry, chalky look, to give him the glossy, leathery look that you see on him now. The gun that he's holding in his hand, I believe, was originally with the Retro Stalker again, fodder. The belt, the pistol holster, as well as the other pouch on the opposite leg, those all came from the Cobra Valkyrie. They fit, so that's why they ended up being used. I didn't want to leave the legs bare. The boots were originally brown. They were dry brushed and given the black sheen that you see on them now. And the satchel, I believe, came from Tunnel Rat originally. I mean, all in all, for something that was just thrown together quickly and thrown into the contest just to see what I could do to participate, I thought he turned out really, really well. I was very happy to add him to the shelf. It's where he's been for the last few months. I've even had him in a few pictures posted to Instagram. I wanted to make a veteran, a grizzled veteran, using these parts, and I believe I nailed it. At least, in my opinion, I think I did. So this simple kit bash was brought together in one of our recent build-offs where we took either version of FireFly, the classified version, B2, which we have here, or the Cobra Island FireFly. And the premise was to take the body, torso, at minimum, and to customize, paint, kit out any way that you saw fit, as long as you at least stuck with the upper body and lower body in the build. I ended up having the body available, and of course all the subsequent parts that were in the fodder bin, and put it all together, and this was my entry into that build off. I was very happy with how he came about. And of course, just spinning around here so you can see what he's working with here. It's a lot of gear that came from Snake Eyes, the White Timber version, which I've had so many come through here for parts. It's essentially the only ones I have that were gray, so that worked. I didn't want to paint them because I can't paint for shit. So I opted for simple kit bashing, which is what I do a lot of. As you can see, of course, going from head to toe, the night vision came from the Night Force Falcon Coral 2-pack. The web gear came from the Python Patrol Trooper. The armbands on both, the gun in this hand, the belt, and both of the leg accessories, all courtesy of Snake Eyes. And the pistol that he's holding in his hand, came from some random fodder bin, but it worked, so I opted to use it. And of course, we have the gun on the back, which comes from Copperhead. So this is essentially the third version of the character that I have here in the toy box. I have Cobra Island V1 and the Classified V2 in full, complete, but they're over on the Cobra shelf. And this guy is rocking on the Mercenary custom shelf with the rest of my customs. Curious to know if anybody else did anything similar, if they've altered, modified, or created their own versions. If you want to share, of course, I'd love to hear about it. All right, so for this simple kit bash, I wanted to do a G.I. Joe classified version of Deadshot from Suicide Squad. I had the DC figure originally, but outside of the mask, which he's holding there, the rest of the figure sucked. So that got scrapped. I really like the head sculpt for the mask, and I tried using it to create my own figure, and it just, I mean, it worked, but it didn't feel right. So I opted to go for a Deadshot version. I found the head sculpt here online, and I was able to pick it up for a few bucks. It works great. I used the metal head body as a base, switched out the gauntlets from a Techno Viper, and the belt and the leg holsters came from Snake Eyes, the one with the white timber. And, here we go. I swap out the head as needed for pictures. It's still a little loose. I do need to swap out the neck peg. On the shelf, he's wearing this. Um, I have a different peg for the head. I just didn't swap it out for the video. So yeah, obviously he's a little different. He's not wearing the rocket booster or the rocket launchers that Metalhead has, but I really like the pack, so I just left it as is. I'm a huge fan of the DC character. I like the subsequent movie overall, and I thought it was really dope to have a Will Smith looking figure in the classified line. So yeah, this is my Cobra Mercenary Deadshot here in the toy box.